I appreciate your passion and everything, you know what I mean? It's good. And I've given you a lot of respect and time, and I know what it's like. What I'm saying is, if you really want to know about evolution and stuff like that, go to the Natural History Museum. You know,
I've read his book already.
No.
You need to see it. You need to see the fossils.
Go to the Natural History Museum. They show the fossils.
Natural History Museum, it's worth it, man.
You can speak to the
It won't change your faith. Doesn't mean your faith has to go, but it's good knowledge there, right?
Just go there.
We can have our faith and learn. That's the beauty of life.
It's totally negative attitude.
Right.
And let's speak to the people.
Charles Darwin's theory of evolution came from analysis of
Birds.
Of birds.
Yeah, but that's the starting point.
When there was no even science developed at that time.
Have you read his book on the origin of species?
Have I read it?
Yes.
Yeah, I read it in prison.
You read it on the origin of species, yeah?
Yes.
And you know he went on the Beagle to the Galapagos, and he saw the different finches and stuff like that.
Right, and the ranges of beaks, and then he came up with his theory.
What did he say about human evolution?
He couldn't explain the proteins and amino acids where they first came from.
He didn't know nothing. He said light will be shed on the origins of the human species. That's all he said at the end. He didn't know nothing about human evolution.
But he himself admitted he doesn't really know. He said it's a theory.
Well, yeah, but theories evolve.
Do you know what a theory means?
An idea that's based on assumption in order to get results.
Pythagoras theorem, yeah, it works.
An idea that's based on assumption in order to get, which means conjecture.
Pythagoras' theorem works,
You
doesn't
think
it?
it means a guess?
Square of it's still called a theorem.
It's not.
No,
It's not what it means.
Wait, hold on, listen to this.
This
A
is where you got it
theory,
wrong.
a theory can only be proven right when it's backed by evidence.
It is backed by evidence.
But it's not.
Evolution is.
You've got to give me
Natural
evidence.
history. All right, well,
What's
should
the
we go
evidence?
down now?
What have they got the missing link?
The missing link's not as simple as that.
Tiktalis, yeah, they've got that.
What's Tiktalis?
It's a creature that came out of the sea, the first quadruped came out.
He's talking about between the common ancestor.
Yes, I'm talking about from monkey into man. Do you have that missing link?
There are, I don't know what you know about.
No, we don't have that. And even Brian Cox, a contemporary science of our time, recently said that the human body is made up of 92 elements that are made in the earth.
That doesn't mean instantly it's all from God, though, either. That doesn't
Brian
instantly.
Cox.
It's closer to probably evolution is closer to the truth than saying it's just some omnipotent being that was in the Middle East in the 7th century.
Brian Cox, a contemporary science of our time.
He's an astrophysicist,
Right.
not in evolution.
Mike, can you finish? He said,
It's a book. It's a really good book.
you're going to show me pictures.
You did say.
What? Fabricated pictures. Fabricated pictures.
Natural History Museum, man, it's down
This
there.
is fabrication,
Natural
just like they
History
show on the
Museum
TV.
to all
If you want, you can go on
religious
TV
people
and you can find a better fabrication. They have computer imagery
These are the
that
actual
makes a
bones.
man walking like this, and then all of a sudden he's standing like this and he's speaking English or an American or
These are the actual bones, yeah, and they show the physical features.
All right, explain.
And they show why they link this and why they show this is a
Right.
missing link.
Right.
You have something like hip bones, yeah?
Right.
Chimpanzees, the hip bones show that they walk like that on all fours. But you get a creature with a head like an ape, and it's got straight.
Man, look, there is no skeleton that shows the ape man transforming into a man.
If you go to the Natural History Museum,
It's
look
not
you can't
there.
see
Look about 23 skulls.
Have you been?
There.
Go and look at it,
23
man.
skulls.
I went when I was about 5 years
Yeah, but you
old.
need to go now with your different set
But
of
we would
eyes.
know then if he evolved.
No,
There was not be called a
There's been
missing
a lot
link.
of discoveries since.
At least go, and then you can say it's all bullshit. Yeah,
Okay, right. Then you still have to give me some sort of explanation about the Quran. And there's also a verse in the there's also a verse in the
There are
Quran.
lots of religious books.
What's your name?
Alex.
Alex.
Sorry, I'm
also
getting in your conversation.
no. There's also a verse in the Quran. Allah He says,
Yeah.
and this religion will dominate the whole earth. It will dominate
won't.
everything. Wait, can I finish? Can I finish?
try.
In the last 2 years.
Can you finish all the
No,
time?
I
Doesn't mean
know.
you can.
Come on, let me finish.
You don't have the right
All right,
to demand.
so in the last,
Hey man, how you doing?
you're right. One example. So in the last 2 years, I don't know if any of you know, it's something in the Daily Mail. 900,000 people in the UK convert to Islam. We're not talking about Arabs. We're not talking about Somalis. We're talking about like people who are in Britain who are non-Muslims. They became Muslim. 900,000. Now let me ask you a question.
There's relatively it's more atheists.
Is Muhammad the author of that? Is Muhammad the author of this book? Listen.
Muhammad also said that Islam will disappear underneath the temple from where it came, like a snake. He said it. That's in your hadith.
You can say whatever you want. Hi everybody. I'm quite a shy person. Okay, so look, we were saying, right? There's also a verse in the Quran. Allah He specifically says that this religion, Islam, it will dominate everything, dominate all religions and all ways of life and all systems.
Well, it hasn't.
Everything. It is happening now.
It's got a
There's
spike at the moment.
epidemic.
It's a spike because of the media. We get to hear all these
right,
things.
there's an
Atheism relatively is growing faster.
No way.
It
There's
is
a big
in a
epidemic
ratio.
with
Have you heard
Islam.
of the Council of Ex-Muslims? There's a lot of people who are Muslims who are leaving Islam now.
I know. You know why? Do you know why?
Because they're smart.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's because they don't study their religion.
They have studied it. They've been studying it all their life.
What did they study?
And the more
What's
they
the
study
reason why they
the
came
more
away
they
from
study
Islam?
it, the more they realise it's just like any other religion.
All right, look.
It's made up by human beings.
Like guys, I remember I told you before, the way I came to Islam is first I rejected it. Oh, I went to prison for something very, very petty. And while I was in 4 walls and I didn't have nothing, I had the Evolution book, Origin of Species by Charles Darwin, and I also had a Quran. And I went through the Origin of Species. It blatantly said that there's no missing link. Obviously, it blatantly said there's no explanation for the first protein and amino acids and how life was formed on the earth.
You're just making this up as you go along.
No, I never. Come on, can you disprove me? What did he say?
I just told you about
What did he say? And Charles Darwin himself, what was he? He was a Christian.
So you get rid of all that and
What was it called?
you just go
Charles
for
Darwin
some
was a
big
Christian.
explanation of some guy that you don't know anything about doing it.
Okay, look, so I'm going to hit the nail on the head, all right?
Right.
Please give me an explanation about this book, please, all right? All right,
was written
900,000 people in the 21st century.
Can be
when
wrong.
When we're governed by science and technology, we live in that age.
It's
Why
education.
did they pick a religion?
Because they're not educated.
That's from the 7th century, the Quran. Why did they pick that as a religion? Why did they pick Islam as a religion? I want to know.
Because they need to be educated.
Okay,
That's
what
why.
do they need to be educated around? The Quran is false?
That's other religions for a start, not just the Quran.
But the
There's
other religions
religions.
have big flaws in it. Like, for example,
Of
the
course,
Bible.
everything else is wrong except Islam.
I'm a Muslim, I'm monotheist. Like in the Bible, everybody knows.
Not
a
just
book
about
that's 66
Semitic
books,
religions.
and the one has 73 books. All the Bibles, they have different versions, they can't agree on other. And Christians don't even believe.
Listen, the world isn't just about the Middle East and Semitic religions.
Right.
The world is diverse.
No,
with
we're
other religions.
talking about 21st century Britain.
We're getting such a small part of the world.
900,000 people came.
So what?
900,000 people
So
came to
what?
Islam.
Yeah, man.
Gents.
all right.
Lovely.
I know
Yeah, but
Islam's brilliant. The rest of the world's
I was
rubbish.
speaking to a big feminist the other day. She was also an atheist, and I just got a message from her. You can see the date on it. Wait, hold on. Come on, please. All right, there's the date. Look, here's the date. Can someone see this? Can someone see this? This is the date. The date is the 28th of the 9th, okay? It's some girl from Spain who was a big atheist and a feminist. Can you read that? Read the text. Read the text. Loud. Okay, read the rest. Loud.
Doesn't mean
I
anything.
was
One person.
blind and scared of the truth. I believe there is a creator of the universe, and scroll down. And his messenger is Muhammad. I believe the Quran is the God's revelation.
This is after about 3 months study, a woman who was an atheist and a feminist, and she was an enemy to Islam. In fact, I'll tell you who she was. She was the deputy. I can't.
Have you ever wondered, yeah? Why is it that all the religions in the world, yeah? You look at this, yeah?
Why don't you just become Muslim?
No. Every single action of God in the
We can
Bible,
pray
the
together.
Quran and the
We can
Torah
pray together.
took place in that little circle.
So what? What does that got to do with anything?
If it's an
What's the
intelligent
point?
God, why didn't he give his message?
Why do you put it all over there?
Yeah, to people in North
What's that got to do with you? I don't want to know about that. I just want
Islam,
to.
the God
No.
trying
I
to
just
spread
want
the word.
all I want to know.
And you're not
all
really
right, all right.
succeeding.
Listen. All right. No. Guys, I'm gonna tell you about a verse in the book.
There's got a lot of divisions now between unbelievers.
All right.
Yeah?
Wait, we go to a verse in the Quran, and this is the verse that actually made me become a Muslim while I was in prison. All right. It says in chapter Resurrection, does man think that we will not assemble his bones? Yes, we are able to even proportion his fingertips. What does Allah mean? This is the reason why. Listen. Yeah, let me finish. I'll elaborate on the verse. So basically, when Muhammad, he went to the people of his town, he was. Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish?
Let him finish.
Only you and a few people that believe in it, but the rest of us don't.
Or what do you believe in?
That's back to what I believe in.
No, because you just opposed me and interjected in my conversation, so now I like to challenge you on your beliefs. What do you believe in?
About biology, I go to the Quran.
Okay, what do you believe in?
It doesn't matter what I believe in.
I want to know, please.
Why does it
All right,
matter
now
what
I'm
I
being
believe?
friendly. Please tell me your name.
What does it matter?
Please tell me your name. My name's Abu Jihad. What's yours?
David.
Huh?
David.
David, nice to meet you, David.
The trouble is, you've been
religion?
Still again, it doesn't change
What's
the
your
matter.
You've been boasting that Islam is going to
he's an
conquer the
atheist
whole
in
world,
mind,
yeah? You've been boasting about it.
So you deny the existence of a creator?
You've been saying that.
Why?
Like,
Because he's free to.
Why not? Yeah, I can do it as well,
Why
but
do you
obviously.
believe that it's okay to kill children, wait till 18 years old to murder a child?
Why do I what?
Why do you think it's Saudi Arabia? But it's Saudi Arabia.
Come, let it
It's
come,
sure
come,
law. It's
come,
sure
come.
law, isn't it?
Video this, man.
Commits a
Say
crime.
it
They
again.
can wait till 18 years old.
Karen.
That's not
Say it
what
again,
we
say it
do.
again.
In Saudi Arabia, if a child commits a crime,
Right.
it's acceptable to cut off their limb
Right.
or wait till they're 18 to execute.
Right.
Why is that okay in the Quran?
Okay, can you give me an example?
Saudi Arabia.
No, can you give me a specific example?
Okay, there was a child who was accused of murdering.
Are you making
wife.
stuff up now?
Yeah,
David, are you making it up?
Islam isn't
Saudi
free.
Arabia.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Naughty.
Saudi Arabia.
No.
Saudi
Say
Arabia.
that, Saudi Arabia
Saudi
what?
Arabia.
What?
Sorry, Saudi
What does
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia got to do with this
Saudi
religion
Arabia.
and Muhammad,
Saudi
what he
Arabia.
came with?
Saudi
I'm
Arabia.
questioning the book.
So you're denying Saudi
I'm
Arabia.
not talking about people.
So you're
For
denying
example,
Saudi
see me, I could be smoking
Saudi
crack
Arabia.
tonight and with a
You
prostitute.
like crack?
What's that got to do with this book? What's that got to do with this book?
I think you should get back on the crack.
Again, okay? Look.
Did it teach you?
No, hold on. I'm driving a Mercedes-Benz. I crashed the Benz. Is the Mercedes crack or am I a crack driver? I'm a
Could be
crack
either.
driver.
Could be
I'm a
either.
crack driver.
Could be the Mercedes.
Don't judge Saudi Arabia.
The Mercedes could have a
Don't
faulty tyre.
don't
Yes,
judge.
the Mercedes could be faulty.
Don't judge this religion by Saudi Arabia or judge it by me. Because
people
I'm not
are
a
the
mother
religion.
for
The people are
it.
the
Let's
religion.
judge Muhammad.
The people are the
Let's
religion.
judge Muhammad and what he came with. He came with his book.
Here's the
Quran.
thing for you. Okay, let me ask you this. There's a bit in the Quran where it says that I don't want to be on film. There's a bit in the Quran which says that the moon, that he realised, or Gabriel told him that the moon was reflected light from the sun. Yeah?
Right.
Now, well, did anyone know about this before that?
I don't know.
Well, they did. There's a guy called Anaxagoras, who was a Greek philosopher, who posited the idea that the moon might actually be reflected light from the sun.
And can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's your name?
Alex.
When was this a documented scientific fact?
It's on the scrolls that are written in Greece by this
No,
particular.
I'm talking about by scientists. When
It
was
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
does
That would have been
matter.
common knowledge.
Because you know why? I'll tell you why.
Greek science.
No,
Greek
because-
science existed back then, and philosophy.
When was it a documented fact that we knew this with fact scientifically?
Because the Arabs had to transfer
Recently,
to
isn't it?
Arab.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question.
That's how.
Are the,
He
all
got it
of
from the Greeks, is what I'm saying.
Out
Now, if you let
of
me
all-
finish, for a change, he obviously, there was common knowledge and it came from the Greek. Now, I'm not saying that the Arab world didn't have scientific, maths, algebra. They had their thing. I like your beard, by the way. It's cool. I feel
Thank you
embarrassed.
very much. But it's called a December look.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
Let me
religious.
just say, some of the science in the Quran was common knowledge around that area at the time. And there would have been trade routes, there would have been oral traditions. So some of the claims that, the Quran's so scientific, it's a documentation of known things a lot of times. The stars aren't missiles to kill devils, okay? It's not science.
Can I ask you a question?
Pushkin.
Right. Allah, he draws
You
your
didn't hear
attention.
anything I said then.
No, I did.
You didn't. You was like, right, I don't want to hear what you're
No,
saying.
no, no.
I'm going to go back to my
Right, no,
Quran.
because
I'm
you're
gonna
an
go back to
atheist.
my Quran. How do you know I'm an atheist?
Do you believe in God?
I'm a pantheist. I believe this is it. I'm like Spinoza. This is the.
No, come on. Look, I'm a normal guy.
I don't
born
believe in an
England.
external God
I eat
outside.
fish and chips,
No,
a bit of curry.
it's all-
Speak to me in layman's terms.
I just have. Do you know what pantheist is?
Pantheist, what you believe in different gods.
No, that's a polytheist.
You believe in
You
different
need to
religions.
know. You need to learn a little bit more about.
Everything is God.
You need to learn a bit more about what's outside your ambit of your knowledge. You've read 2 books in prison, yeah? You've read the Quran and Charles Darwin. The world is diverse, complex. There's many religions. Excuse me. There's many religions, many ways of seeing
But
the world.
do you know why I always focus on Islam?
Because
You know
that's
why?
all. Because you're.
No.
You believe it's. Excuse me.
It's all right, don't worry, I love it. Go on.
I'm splitting
I need to
it.
have a shower today, go on.
Because you believe you're going to live in paradise.
No.
And you don't want to go to
No.
hell. That's why.
No,
It works
because-
on your
no,
fear.
no. What's your
Works
name
on
again? What's your
fear. Jehovah. No,
No,
Alex.
I swear to you, the reason
Lucifer, anything you want.
why I make this the topic of all debate
Because it works for you.
No. It's because I want to know.
Well, look at
How did a man in the desert come up with this book, man?
Explain to you.
A man, look, Islam is
it works for you,
growing
if it makes-
everywhere.
Oh, you keep saying that. What you're PR for Islam? Just listen, man. If it works for you and it makes you a good person, you need it to make you a good person. then-
I'm a
then-
bad person.
Well, are you?
Yeah.
There's lots of atheists that are good people. It's inherent within them.
I don't
There's
care about
pagans.
that. I just
Why
want
not care about
I want
your
someone
human-
to disprove the book.
I'm happy
Well,
for
we
you,
can, we can't
I
prove
want
it.
to disprove it.
Well, I just pointed out
How?
the fact about the moon and the sun being
That's not a disprove.
common knowledge.
No, because it's a fact in the Quran.
It's borrowed.
Science-
It's borrowed. It doesn't come from
But-
Gabriel.
All right, okay, so you're saying that this basically, that's not disproving the Quran, because that's a fact.
Proving? What do you mean disproving it?
Disprove, meaning that
Just a book. There's hundreds of books.
Prove this.
Disprove this.
Prove that this came from a man in the desert.
Was he written by a man, wasn't it?
No, it's not, because he couldn't read
Written
and
by
write.
God himself.
He couldn't read
his
and write.
divine arm.
He couldn't read and write.
Well, he had other people around him. He orally said it to other people.
So
I know
he-
they wrote it on
so was
skin
he illiterate?
and leaves. I don't know. He could have spoken though, couldn't he?
No, we didn't say he couldn't speak.
Yeah, exactly.
We said he was
So can
illiterate
talk.
and he couldn't write.
He can talk, but other people, he dictated it to other people.
So
we
he
know that.
oral dictation to his disciples.
Yeah, that wasn't God then, was it?
No, let me finish.
Why
Was
does
it?
someone have to
Can we
force
see
like
God?
teach him how to write?
I don't care if I can't see
Depends what
God.
you
I can't see
define
the
God.
angels.
If you say nature is God, then yes, you can. It's your
but I'm
definition
not
of
saying
God.
that.
I
I'm
know
saying-
you're not. I am.
I'm saying,
It's our
is
definition.
there a God that came to save, or a God that revealed himself to Moses and saved Moses from the Pharaoh
If
and drowned the
if you
Pharaoh?
believe that, but I'm a Norse, I'm a Viking. Let's just say that. Nothing to do with me. I've got Odin.
Okay, let's just say
I'm a Norse.
anything that is antimatter,
Viking, Valhalla.
antimatter, that we can't touch, feel and see, it's irrelevant to me now. I want to deal with what's relevant
Yeah.
with something I can't touch, feel and see.
Yes.
What goes up must come down. Simple language. Right, simple language.
Yeah.
I'm asking a question. All of this Quran, 6,600 verses, is a man in the desert responsible for it.
Over 25 years, it was orally dictated to a load of people that wrote it down on bones, leaves.
So what you're saying that this man is a genius? A man in the desert in 7th century.
Knowledge is borrowed off the Torah. It's probably borrowed off the Gnostic Gospels.
Every
borrowed off
single
the
thing that he said was right.
Let me just say one thing. The idea of hell
Yeah.
wasn't in the Old Testament. The Jews aren't concerned with a post-mortem existence. Their God is about living a good life. Yeah, there's no real. The people that died in the flood, they're not going to hell. It's not mentioned. Cain doesn't go to hell.
Yeah.
Christ doesn't really talk about hell. He talks about Gehenna, which was a physical place.
I don't care about
Yeah,
that.
but it's important.
No,
You've got to
the
know- it all
argument is
leads
this.
up to- let me
The
say,
argument
the
is
idea
this.
of hell.
This
comes
man
from
in
the
the
Greeks.
desert
The Greek.
who rides a camel
Oh, man, you don't listen.
is talking about things that are in the earth that we don't know about at that time. In 7th century, could anyone know about fingerprints?
Processing information that he's
Fingerprints.
giving
Show me where it says something about fingerprints.
All right, Allah says in chapter 75, verse 2 to 4.
You can see fingerprints.
Wait, can you let me look?
Yeah, go
You're
on,
missing
go on,
the
go on.
point.
Wherever you do, chat.
Look, okay.
Am I doing well? I don't know.
Okay, so look, everybody, listen.
Can
Can I have your attention, please?
Go on, let's hear it.
So, this is what actually made me became a
can
Muslim.
see fingerprints,
right?
though, yeah?
Right. You made me become a Muslim, right? Does man think that we will not assemble his bones? Yes, we are able to even proportion his fingertips.
We are what? Say that bit again.
Yes, we are able to even proportion his fingertips.
Even proportion.
Yeah. So Allah is saying.
Explain that to me,
So
so I understand.
Allah is saying to you. Do you think I can't reassemble your bones once you're dead and buried and you're gone?
What does that mean?
Of course I can. I can bring you back in perfect order to very tips of your fingers.
Black magic.
Let me finish. So I'm going to bring your attention to the part where Allah is saying, I'm going to put back in perfect order your very fingertips. When did we discover that no two fingertips are alike? Oh, come on, to you it won't.
When did we discover that you
Huh?
can mess someone?
No, wait, hold on. No, don't give him a chance. Give him a chance.
You said science makes
All right, okay, wait, hold on. So we're asking a question here now. Allah is talking about the fingertips after he's talking about the assembly of the bones. Can you let me finish, man, please? What's your name? David. David, I'm begging, let me finish, man. For God's sake, please. Come on, let me finish. Yeah, no, here's the punchline. Let me finish.
It's training credibility.
So here, I'm saying to you, look, Allah is talking about after I reassemble your bones on the day of judgment, I can do it so well, I bring in perfect order your very tips of your fingers.
Yeah, but that doesn't say that we have different fingerprints, does it? It's just saying.
When you go
about
to, what's your name again?
Alex, blimey, your memory.
Alex. So when I go to a police station, if I'm arrested for something, maybe for holding some crack or something.
What is it with you and crack, man?
Come on, Alex.
Yeah, you need a fix.
Alex, let me finish. So if I go to a police station, I say my name is Alex. How can they distinguish me and know that I'm lying? Fingerprints.
I see how you kind of work that in. I can see how you've worked that into your philosophy, but
How
it's
we
spurious,
distinguish
frankly.
everybody else is through the
Can
fingertips.
I say one thing? It's when Muslims like your good self talk about the Quran, it's as if everyone in Arabia or back in the 7th
Man,
century
how
was
can-
let me just finish. Let me finish, yeah? Everyone in Arabia was a complete ignoramus until the Quran appeared. They had no idea about anything. They're all just sitting there. We don't know anything. We have no poetry. We have no ways of understanding anything. Suddenly
Alex-
the Quran turns up. We don't know about the Greeks. We don't know about the Romans. We don't know about
You're
the
just
Christians.
mad that we're winning. That's what you're mad at. Yes, it is.
You're just that's not
No,
an answer,
no,
is it? But
no,
you know what
you're
I'm
mad
saying?
that you're winning.
What do you mean winning?
Look, 900,000 people of your people became Muslim in the last 2 years. That's something to say, man.
People are stupid.
From a man who came from a desert who rode a camel.
But you know what I'm saying? You don't do justice to your Arab ancestors with the Quran because you make out like they're all idiots before the Quran.
So are
they
they
didn't know
geniuses,
anything.
yes or no?
They're
Are they
just people,
genius?
They're people. And
Are
they
they
were,
geniuses,
there
yes or
was
no?
culture. There was culture.
Well, they must
Romans
be
were
doing better than you
genius.
because your people are becoming Muslim.
The Romans were
They don't
the
like
Romans
your way
were
of life.
genius. The
They don't
Jews had-
believe that there's no
My
creator.
people are becoming Muslims. That's ridiculous. This is the thing about Muslims. You're
Listen,
dividing.
the last
You
girl that I was
split
married to was Abigail Victoria Livingstone. She was a convert to Islam. She had blonde hair, blue
will
eyes.
have its day and then it will disappear.
No, it won't. Right now, we're
Christianity's
taking
on the
over
way.
everything. You
You're
know
not,
it.
you're not.
Just go to Shepherd Bush, see how many Somalis on all
Shepherd's Bush is the centre of the world.
Just go to.
It's just people. Of course, cultures are going to cross over. It's no big deal. There's Hindus.
What's the
there's
fastest growing
Jews.
religion on earth?
You keep saying this. Islam, atheism. It's not a religion.
Statistically,
Atheism.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's Islam.
In a ratio sense.
How many
it is.
people in UK converted in the
Doesn't
last 2
matter,
years?
It doesn't make any difference.
Almost
Not
1 million.
everyone's gonna become
That's
a
10
Muslim.
times bigger than the migrant
Not
crisis.
going to happen.
Huh?
It's not going to happen.
It's
I
not
know
gonna
you
happen.
want it to happen, but you don't understand that the world isn't absolute. Things come, things go. The Roman Empire was huge. The American Empire will go. China will come up. China will go. Islam will come up. Islam will go.
No.
Christianity
No,
will
no,
go.
no,
The
no.
Egyptian. I know because you want it to be true. I understand.
No, I don't want it to be.
You do.
I just want a person like you, who's
To be
born in the
saved.
West, who's in the 21st century, who's governed by science and technology, just to disprove this book. Please, man, I'm
I've
begging
done
you.
it loads.
I'll give you money. Disprove the book, please.
Stars are not
There's
missiles.
plenty of books. Have you read the Gnostic Gospels? Have you read the
Wait,
Gnostic
wait, hold
Gospels?
on.
Have you read the Gnostic
Can you find a
Gospels?
contradiction?
Oh, here we go.
I offer anyone money to find a contradiction, scientific contradiction in the
Now,
Quran.
I've just had. I told you about embryology.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you
Tectonic
didn't.
plates.
No, you didn't.
Tectonic plates.
Surah 86. What's it about?
I think it says.
No, don't say think. Go away, please. No, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I want to know with knowledge.
Okay, I've got
knowledge.
Okay, he asked me to
Verses
ask
5,
you,
6 and 7
Did,
says
did,
mouse
did
bone
Muhammad
comes from the
split the
back.
moon in half?
No.
I don't know.
That's the minute and a half.
No, Muhammad didn't speak.
Did he go to heaven on a donkey?
No.
He didn't.
Why
He
is heaven
didn't.
on a winged horse?
Didn't, was it a winged horse? Was it, what was it? A barak. Did he go to heaven on a barak?
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know, did he?
Did I see it?
I don't know, did you see Muhammad get right in the Quran or
No,
in a
I
cave?
didn't. But we have it here now. It's physical proof.
Well,
That
Harry
obviously
Potter.
a man
Do you
can't
believe in
write
Harry
it.
Potter? Do you think it's real?
What, Harry Potter?
Yeah, do you believe it?
I believe there was a movie about it, yeah.
So did it happen? Is he a real person? It's in
Harry
a book. It's in a book. It must be true.
Well, we
right?
know that Muhammad exists. Have you been to Arabia before?
It's Harry.
Did the Pharaoh exist?
Forget that.
We see Pharaoh's body.
Is Harry Potter
Ramesses
real?
II.
Is Harry
It's
Potter
still preserved.
Is Luke Skywalker
Have you heard
real?
about? Have you heard about?
Is Luke Skywalker real?
Hold on, listen to this. Listen to this.
In 1,000 years, will the Jedi religion
All right,
be bigger
right,
than
okay,
Islam?
okay, right.
Probably.
Okay. Listen.
In 1,000 years,
Right,
everyone
right,
will
we're
be
talking about the
Jedi.
body of Pharaoh. All right, this is chapter 10,
Many Pharaohs.
verse 92.
Which Pharaoh?
Can you let me finish? So today, we will save your body,
I like
that
your
you may be to those who succeed your sign, and indeed many among the people who are signed are heathens. So Allah right now, He's talking about the body of Pharaoh. He said He's going to save it and preserve it, so people who come after Him can see it.
All right. What about Nostradamus?
Come on,
Nostradamus predicted
You're gonna let me
Hitler.
get the punchline.
Nostradamus predicted
Punchline.
Hitler, and go on quickly.
Okay, so Ramesses II, right? The Pharaoh that used to rule in the time of Moses. Where is it?
I don't know.
It's in Egypt. It's preserved.
Yeah,
And they find-
mummification.
Huh? Wait, hold on. It's in the time of Pharaoh, and they find high salt content inside the body, which means he was drowned. So I'm asking you a question: did Muhammad go find the body of Pharaoh, dig it up, throw it somewhere, and then write the Quran and say it's going to be preserved, and say to some English archaeologists, "Here's the body of Pharaoh." Centuries later.
When was the time of Moses?
Huh?
When was the time of
Can you explain that to me?
When was the time of Moses?
We're talking about maybe about 5,000 years ago, 3,000 BC,
So 3000 BC.
roughly.
So do you know Ramesses never existed in 3000 BC?
Well, according to people who did Egyptology, when they found the body of Pharaoh and it's inside the Egypt,
Where did they find the Pharaoh buried?
Pardon?
Where did they find the body of Pharaoh?
I don't know.
We don't know, it's in the pyramid. They put all their pharaohs in the pyramid.
That's not where they found the Pharaoh. They didn't find him in the Pharaoh. They didn't find him in the pyramid. I've got it here. No, I'll show you. I got it here.
You know what the fastest growing religion
got it
is?
here.
Jedis.
I got it here. I got it here.
Jedis.
You gonna watch it now?
Was he found in the book of the Red Sea?
Let's watch it.
So we're gonna watch the video, okay? The body of Pharaoh.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Get a book, man.
All right. Okay. Come on.
Right. So basically, the time of Moses is 3000 BC.
Are you gonna let me finish?
Yeah, that's more.
Huh? Wait. Hold on. We're talking about the body of Pharaoh, okay? So where is it? Preservation of the body of Pharaoh. So, everybody watching?
From a Muslim source, no
Alright,
doubt.
watch it.
I thought as much.
Come on, listen.
Do you understand that all pharaohs are preserved?
Yeah.
Come on, man,
I
look at the
remember
video,
that phrase,
man.
I like that.
Why don't we watch the video?
All pharaohs are preserved.
This is the
by
book where there's no doubt. A guidance to those who fear
Harry
the Lord.
Potter.
No. Wait, hold on. Come on. Are we going to watch it or not?
What about the Gospel of Magdalene? I like that.
brought
It's
the tribe
older.
of Israel across the sea, and Pharaoh and his troop pursued them.
Right.
Out of tyranny and enmity. Then when he was drowning, he said, what did he say? I believe that there is no God but him in whom
La ilaha illallah. I believe in Allah, yeah?
I am one of the Muslims. What now? When previously you rebelled and you were one of the prophets. Right. Today we will preserve your body
So you can be a sign for the people who come after you, alright? So that's in the Quran.
Okay.
That we can save the body of Pharaoh, okay?
Okay.
There's the body of Pharaoh preserved.
He looks good.
That's good.
Yeah? Alright, and they're going to give you the information about where they found it
That
and
looks
how
like
old it
what
is,
you might
alright?
look like after a
Are you going
crack
to dispute
session.
it? Are you going to dispute it?
What were you going to dispute?
Are you going to dispute that this body of Pharaoh is from Ramesses II? In the time of Moses?
I don't need to dispute
This
that.
body's found discovered in 1898?
But do you realize that there's been loads of pharaohs?
Come on, man, they
And
done
all
no
of them-
autopsy on this and they found high soul content in it, man.
All of the bodies
Why
are
do you have to be a
preserved.
denier?
All the bodies are preserved via
From
mummification.
salt.
Mummification.
Do you
In the
realize
era of
that you can go to the Valley of the Nobles, Valley of the Kings, and you can find
It's
pharaohs.
approximately
No
3,000 years
people
old.
who are mummified.
And it was found by the Red Sea at a place called Jabalain. Okay, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? So it wasn't found in a tomb, alright, David? No, it wasn't in a tomb. Okay, it's found by the Red Sea. By the Red Sea.
So I wanna know,
So I'm asking you a question.
you're claiming-
Are you going to deny that?
Deny what?
Deny that the body was found on the Red Sea?
There's no problem with that.
Okay, was it Ramesses II?
It's Ramesses II.
So then how are you going to explain that then?
So I wanna
How
know-
did Muhammad get the body of Ramesses II, dig it up, throw it somewhere,
Can you
and then
pause?
told everybody in the 21st century?
Okay, you've spoken a lot.
I want
Let
to
this
know,
man speak.
you're claiming that Ramesses II was the pharaoh in the time of Moses?
Yes.
How can you prove that?
They proven it. I don't need to prove it.
No, they never proved that Moses was underneath the pharaoh at that time. They've proven that this person, the Ramesses II, existed, mummified, and is preserved. That's what's been proven.
Can I ask
we
you-
can find
wait,
loads of
wait,
mummies.
hold on.
Hold on. We can find loads of mummies.
By the Red Sea.
Yes, by the Red Sea. You find it all over Egypt.
Right, give me one.
You can find it. What do you mean?
Give me one. Give me another one. Apart from this one, give me another one.
One that isn't mentioned in
And they found it with a high salt content
High salt
by the sea. This here Pharaoh, particular Pharaoh, was drowned. When they done autopsy,
Was
they
Pharaoh
found
drowned?
Of course he was.
He was drowned?
Yes.
According to who?
According to Quran.
Oh, well, there you are. If the Quran says it, it must
Show me.
be
The
true.
Quran says that Ramesses II was drowned.
But we know
So
100%.
I want to know, can we find an Egyptian records that Ramesses II was drowned in the Red Sea? Can we find that? No. That's not
I can't show you by Egyptian records.
So I want to know,
Allah says.
can you show me
Allah
that
says-
Moses, can you show me that Moses existed in the time of Ramesses II?
By how?
That's what I want to know.
By Egyptian records.
You're making the claim
By
that this-
Egyptian records.
you found this pharaoh
Okay.
called Ramesses II,
Yeah.
and you want to tie in that Moses.
What did I just
was
show
born
you?
underneath
I
his-
just showed you. I just showed you. I just showed you a video.
Do you know how many pharaohs that there is? And you just pick this one
I just showed you a
and say,
pharaoh.
yes, this is the
I just
pharaoh.
showed you a video of pharaoh, a body not preserved.
Yes.
They done an autopsy of it.
Yes.
Okay, they found it by the Red Sea. It was drowned.
He was drowned.
But
You
Colonel
sure
Mustard.
that this pharaoh here was drowned? Are you sure?
Listen, I didn't go there. I didn't check it myself. But these
asking you.
people were presenting the video.
So did they say that this pharaoh was drowned?
Of course it did.
No, the video didn't say that this pharaoh was drowned.
So what was it
And
then?
the scientists never
Burned
said.
to death?
They said that the pharaoh
Flying around on the carpet?
The Quran is so-called claiming that.
Man, the video said that people did done
the video
Egyptology.
said it must be
The
true.
people done Egyptology. They found the body of Pharaoh. They found high salt content. this is the body that was linked to the Red Sea that drowned. You got any dispute about that?
I have loads of disputes about that. You can't even prove that Moses
Is Muhammad a prophet?
You can't even.
Not
you're
for us,
jumping.
he's not.
You're jumping.
For us.
Are you a prophet?
You're jumping.
Are you a prophet? Are you a god?
Are you a god?
Are you a god? No, I'm just human.
You're coming over here because
No, because you're talking.
He's not a prophet.
No, because he's talking far. You're talking far.
It's Nostradamus a prophet.
You're talking far and you're talking far.
I just want to know, can you prove
You're
that
talking far.
Moses existed during the time
Man,
of
I just showed you a video of people who do Egyptology.
That's
Was
not
I there?
That's not proving
Am I
it.
Egyptologist?
So I'm asking you, so you can't prove that then?
Can you disprove it?
You can't
Can you
prove
the old
disprove
classic.
it?
The old
Can you
classic.
disprove it?
It's your job to
Can you
prove
disprove
it. It's
it?
your job to prove it, not his.
Let me go get it. Let me go get a one-way ticket, the return ticket.
Let's do
Go
it
get a
like
Bernie
this.
Ferraro, present it to you.
Let's do it like
Because
this.
you're so special.
Let's do it like
that's
this.
why they're here.
When did Moses
Stretch
exist?
his credibility.
But it's
We know
according.
Muhammad, existed.
No,
1400
you tell me when he
years.
existed.
We know that
When did he
Jesus
exist?
supposedly existed 2,000 years
According
ago.
to what?
So I want to
According
know.
to what?
I want to know.
According
I
to
want to
what?
know. Based upon your own
I want to
philosophy-
know.
claim.
I want to know based upon your own philosophy.
Was Muhammad a prophet or not?
You're jumping.
No,
we're talking
I'm
about,
getting to the
about
point.
Pharaoh. We're talking about
No,
Moses.
what's the Pharaoh got to do anything? I just want to know about this man in the desert.
This is what you're talking about, Pharaoh.
I want to know
Moses.
about this man in the desert.
Okay,
Come with his Quran.
okay, so we're gonna jump away from that because you can't prove it.
No,
right?
it's not that.
So let's leave that
Because
to
I
the
want to
side.
talk
And
about.
let's go to
I want to
Muhammad.
talk
That's
about
what we're doing.
what's
Got
paramount.
you
Okay.
there. I don't know what
There's
you're
a
talking
man
about.
in the desert.
What's more paramount is the person who started your religion in the first place.
Right.
Which
So
is
go to
Moses.
it, yeah, talk about-
Which is Moses.
Moses.
Moses is the first one that gave you those scriptures, right? What? Gave you the Torah. Then you had other people that gave you different scriptures.
Built your religion off the Torah.
Is that true or false?
What's this man talking about?
Is that true or
How do you
false?
know?
I'm asking you, is that
No,
true or
it's
false?
false.
It's false.
Yeah. So you're saying that Muhammad basically copied the Torah?
I'm not saying that.
But Torah's got mistakes in it.
I'm not saying that.
Where's the mistakes in the Quran?
I'm not saying that. I'm
The
saying.
Quran is clear from contradiction and corruption, my
Okay,
boy.
so you want to jump onto Muhammad
My
now?
boy.
You want to jump on Muhammad?
Have you got
and
any
the
real
Quran?
proof?
You want to jump on Muhammad and the Quran now?
Listen, have you got any
Where
real
do you
proof?
want to go? Do you want to leave Moses alone?
Tell me, is the Quran a manufactured book or not?
It's a manufactured.
Okay, all right.
So try something else.
Okay, the Quran. Can you disprove it?
So I just want to know.
I will give you
I
£20
just
now.
wanna know.
Disprove the Quran, please.
Prove it.
Just prove it.
Okay, lay that £20 down. Lay that £20 down.
Yeah, put it down.
Do me a favor. Can you disprove this £20 note?
What kind of arsehole question is that?
It's the same question you asked me. Disprove the Quran. Disprove this £20 note. It's the same argument.
You owe him
Bring it back.
£20.
I'm telling you,
the
show
same
me a
argument.
contradiction, scientific
Show me a
contradiction.
scientific contradiction in this £20 note.
Man, you're talking far foolish.
He wins. Come
I'll
on,
take
give him the
£20
money.
now.
It's the
You
same
ain't got no,
argument.
I ain't got no time for this, man. I said to them,
You ain't got no
look,
time for sense.
No,
That's the
no,
problem.
it's not that.
I'm just using simple logic.
Listen, I asked him a simple
Well, it's
question.
a big place.
The
You're gonna
question
come
was,
across sensible
can you
people.
disprove the
I can
Quran?
give
He's asking me, can I disprove the £20 note?
I can disprove
What
it
kind
now.
of far foolishness is that?
I can disprove it.
I ain't got no
This
time
is
for
a
that.
go then. Give me a question.
I ain't got time for
This is a
that.
question.
Have
I
a
want to
go.
prove the Quran.
Have a go.
Man, I just asked you a question, didn't I? I'm a
asking you
Muslim,
to
innit? I
prove it.
believe in it, innit?
You believe in it,
Right.
Can you prove it?
Can I prove what you mean?
Prove the claims in it.
Alright, it talks about the shape of the earth. That is in the shape of an ostrich egg. Ad-duhaha. I'm asking you a question. What is the shape of the earth?
The shape of the earth is round.
No, it's geospherical. One to Islam.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that
have
was
one.
Plato talks
Okay,
about that. Plato
right,
talks
right.
about
How many
that.
how many layers around the earth?
You just asked me
It's
what
all
is the
Plato
shape
you're
of the
quoting.
earth. Of the earth.
It's
And I
geospherical.
said it's round.
No, you said spherical. Round. It's not.
Well,
It's geospherical.
It
Stop.
isn't round technically.
It's right.
So now.
Yeah, but it's not from the Quran. It comes from the Greek.
So what does that mean? So what does that
Means
mean?
one to Islam.
Why is it one to
doesn't.
Islam?
Come on, atheists.
One
Why
to
is
the
it-
Greeks.
Bring it.
Why is it one to Islam?
What you
Why
gonna
is it-
say?
It's the Greeks. The Greeks.
Show me
You
why
say
is it
that.
one to Islam?
Yeah, the Greeks do.
Why?
Yeah, the Greeks
Why?
do that. Sorry.
Because obviously
Yeah.
a man in the
Plato
desert
says the seven
can't
spheres,
know
Earth is
that the shape of the
spherical.
earth is geospherical.
So now, Muhammad's claim or the Quran's claim is this: yeah?
Mental.
that the world or the earth shape.
Geospherical.
No, he didn't.
Flat from the top,
He didn't
flat from the
say
bottom.
that.
He also
It's
says
in
like
the
a
shape
carpet.
of an ostrich egg, right?
Ad-duhaha.
Aduhaha.
Not
Okay,
actually an
it's in the
ostrich
shape
egg.
of an ostrich egg. Right. Okay. Did anybody else in history make the claim that the earth is spherical, geospherical,
Yes,
or
Plato.
Aduhaha? There's many people, right?
Yes,
There's
yes.
Plato, there's Aristotle, there's
Yes.
Thales, there's Pythagoras, there's the
I know
Egyptians,
you.
there's Thales, there's so many people.
All right.
That make there's the
What's
Sumerians,
your name?
the
What's your
Akkadians
name?
that make
What's your
Doesn't matter what his name
What's
is.
your name?
Just answer
My
it.
name's Callum.
All right, Callum. For the audience here, right, I'm going to explain to you what the deal is, plain and simple, black and white.
Okay.
There's many scientific discoveries in the Quran that we found. David, I beg you stop bumming me, man. Stop bumming me, man.
Come on,
I beg you stop bumming me. Tell this man stop bumming me.
Make the show interesting,
Okay,
man. Come on, you need
so
to-
basically I'm saying that there's a man in the desert. I'm
You're
a
getting
Muslim.
behind the atheist table, you realise? Careful.
Because it stretches credit.
He moves out.
It's not really
No,
come on. So we're basically asking a question. I'm a Muslim. I became Muslim by studying the scientific side of the Quran. That's what brought me to Islam. Right? Okay? Because I can't believe in something I can't see, which is God or the angels, heaven and hell. I haven't seen it. I didn't see Muhammad, so I didn't become Muslim that way. I became Muslim because of studying the scientific discoveries in the Quran. Allah, He says in the Quran that the world, the shape of the earth, is ad-duhaha, meaning it's geospherical. He just said it's spherical. He said it's round, which is wrong.
It's an ostrich,
Okay,
geospherical.
but okay, so first,
Not
the
really
shape.
an ostrich egg, though.
Oh, come on, stop putting
Like
that.
that, it's squashed down like that.
Stop. You know already.
You have to be precise.
You know already.
You
he's
have
the-
to be precise.
You know he's the point
You
of
can't just
Islam.
be vague and poetic.
So why didn't Muhammad just say it's flat?
He did. He said rolled out like a carpet in another ayat. He said Allah rolled out the earth like a carpet.
And the ancient Greeks
So
even
which one is
mentioned
it?
He rolled out the earth in the carpet. As
Like
in
a
what?
carpet rolled out.
Okay,
the
do you know the context?
Oh, here we go. The old context.
Do you know the
Okay.
context?
It's in one of the ayats.
Do you know what the context is? No.
No.
No, you don't know, so no. Okay, we're talking about now. We're talking about the shape of the earth. Is it geospherical? Yes. Okay, I'm asking another question. Look, all of them out with their computer. I'm here with my brain. Okay, another one. Listen, I got a bird brain, so listen to me. It talks about the fingertips that Allah will resurrect you, and you'll bring back in perfect order your very fingertips. I'm asking a question.
Prove anything.
I beg you stop bumming me, man.
It's just poetic.
Can you stop bumming me?
If you
No,
go to
because
a
this
shop
is what we
and
do
you
up
say,
here.
"Can
We
I carpet?"
Let me finish.
We debate.
say,
You
"What
can't
type
have
of
it
carpet
your
do you
way
want?"
in the world.
Can I
You
finish?
say, oh,
No, it's
you
not
keep
that.
an egg-shaped carpet. You ain't gonna ask for an egg-shaped carpet.
So we're talking about the fingertips, right? So how does Muhammad know, a man in the desert, that no two fingertips are alike? We only found out recently in 1881 or something like that. Recently with scientific discoveries. All right? So
what?
explain that. That no two fingertips are alike. That the Arab and the European,
not
the
what he
fingertips
says.
are not the
Doesn't
same.
say
Say that no two fingertips are the same.
Say that.
Are they?
I'm asking you, does the Quran make that claim?
No, but I'm asking
Or are
you.
you interpolating something into the Quran?
I'm interpreting it now, and I
That
disprove
word, I
it.
like that word.
Disprove it now.
But the Quran doesn't make that claim.
Are the two
You want me to
fingertips of man
you want
alike?
to disprove your claim or the Quran's claim? Which one?
Just doesn't say the same
All right,
thing.
all right. Look, forget that. He likes it. I know he likes it.
Forget it.
The fertilization of the egg. How can Muhammad know that in the first 23 days? How can he know that when it's invisible to the human eye? We only find this out with a microscope. Recently, in the 21st century, how the egg is fertilized with the sperm.
So bring the Quran and show me what you're talking about.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
Show me.
It's a big claim.
It's raining, man. Come on, man. It's raining.
Okay.
It's going to get wet. You know this part I'm talking about. The fertilization of the egg.
Paraphrasing.
When the
We need to see the exact-
sperm goes inside the egg and fertilizes it, the process of embryology.
What did he say the sperm
Vague,
comes
to say the least. Like the
Huh?
Yeah,
The process
Galen-
about how the fetus is formed.
Galen does the same thing as well.
So you will say now, listen, all right, so everything that I said now, Muhammad is supposed to have cherry-picked from all these different philosophers and put it all in one book and got it 100% right in the 21st century, 1400 years later.
100% right. Your theology isn't
You can't
right.
be bloody mad.
No,
You can't be
theology,
mad.
the Greeks wasn't
You
correct.
can't be mad.
It wasn't correct.
So you were saying a man, he got various
Don't
different
listen, you
books,
won't listen to anyone.
various different books, 6,600 verses, and all of them right, and he copied them from everybody else.
You want it to be right. We shake hands all right. I mean,
Because
I'm happy
you're
to.
irrational.
Human to human.
No, because you're irrational.
As far as your religion
You're illogical
goes.
and you're rational.
But he wants to.
Common sense will tell you that a man cannot go and copy from various different books, maybe all these different philosophers.
There would have been wise Arabs that talked about medicine.
the fertilization of the egg, which is not, which is invisible to the human eye.
But how did he see it?
How does he know?
Show us the ayat.
He's got microscopes for eyes.
He talks about a blood clot.
They see this clown.
That's why he's
See this clown.
Microscopic eyes, did he say?
This clown.
That's the insult, man. You
I
know,
want to ask
because we are Muslims, what's that?
how was human beings created from a Quranic perspective?
Allah said he created them with clay.
with clay.
Yeah, clay and water. And
Okay, so now
clay
from
and
a
water.
scientific perspective, how can you prove that human beings came from clay?
Okay, now Brian Cox, I watched this myself. Brian Cox, a
He's an
contemporary scientist.
astrophysicist, isn't he?
Why do you keep bumming me, man?
He's not
Why do you
an
keep
embryologist,
bumming
is
me,
he?
man?
Because what you said,
I don't want to bum you. I
You
don't
don't
want to
even let
bum
me
you.
finish.
Let him finish.
He's cutting me off, doesn't want you to finish. Okay, Brian Cox,
Drink some water, man.
contemporary science of science of our time, he said that the human body consists of 92 elements that are also on the earth. What does that tell you?
So what you're saying is that makes
That humans come on the earth.
So
Zinc,
we're-
copper, all those
humans are
things,
made up of
magnesium.
80-90% of water.
And so you say that they come from
I'm
clay.
trying to understand, like, show me the scientific breakdown of how in the Quran it talks about Allah creating man from the dust or the clay of the earth, molded man and so forth, and breathed the breath. No, sorry. Breathe something. Is that in the Bible or Quran? One of the
Who
two.
created us?
So I want to know from a scientific
Who created us?
scientific perspective, how did that come about? How did that come about?
Who created us?
You're not answering my question.
No, I'm asking you who created us. I'm fed up.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that one alone.
I'm fed up.
We're gonna leave
I give you miracle after miracle.
We're gonna leave
You're
that
not
one alone.
disproving them. So now I'm asking you, where do you come from? I'm asking you because I want to know.
You just question you.
I wanna know.
On the so-called miracles.
Okay, listen, forget
That's
it.
in the
I'm an
Quran.
atheist. Teach me.
I'm not an atheist, so
You tell me where we came from.
Go to an atheist.
Yeah. I'm asking you.
I'm not an atheist.
What's your name?
So you're saying atheist.
What's your name?
I'm saying go to an atheist.
What's your name?
Callum.
Okay, big man, tell me where I came from. I want to know.
Came
I'm
from
lost.
your mum and dad.
Before that.
Came from your mum
Where
and
did
dad.
humankind come from?
Came from your mum and dad.
Before-
Humankind
humankind.
came from mum and dad, mum and dad, mum and dad, mum
All
and
right,
dad,
and then
so forth.
where did humans first come from?
Africa. There you go.
All right, all right. I know who you are. I saw you on YouTube. Listen, Sarah, yeah. Let me finish with this guy.
Fine, you just answer the question.
Yeah.
Continue.
Forget about me because you're way more knowledgeable than me. I'm just an infant, right, compared to you. I'm learning off this guy here. Okay? Daddy! No, fuck the daddy. Daddy, come on. Come on, don't insult me. Come on, don't insult me. All right? I'm much better looking than you. Come on. Where do you come from? Come on, you're not really giving me an answer, are you?
Just stated.
You're not really giving me an answer.
Where? Geographical place.
Big man, listen, I'm telling you, where did humans come from and animal life? Where did life come from? Come on, big man, tell me. I want to know, because I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to defer to somebody who is a scientist and can answer you those things. I can only give you a brief what I've learned from schooling.
What do you know? Where did you come from?
We came from single cell amoebas that evoluted into different things.
So you're basically going with Charles Darwin's theory of evolution.
Actually, Charles Darwin wasn't the first person who actually proposed that. Muslims.
It was first.
Muslims.
No. It was first coined by Charles Darwin.
Muslims.
It was first Muslims. It was coined by Charles Darwin.
Muslims.
Origin of species wrote by Charles Darwin.
The origin of the species, yes, but the process of evolution actually came from Muslims.
So you're saying
the first recorded person who actually put that together was somebody called Al-Jahiz back in the 8th, 9th century.
So you're basically
So it's not
basically
Charles Darwin. Yeah, that's number one.
philosophers and intellect. From the beginning of time, they're saying that we either evolved or there's some sort of powerful being, some intelligent design creator that puts on earth for some sort of divine purpose. All right? I'm asking you. Say for example, I'm atheist. Can you tell me where we came from? I don't believe in Allah. Say for example.
I don't believe that.
As far as my knowledge extends, we come from our ancestors. That's as far as my knowledge extends.
That's that shit that he says, man.
But it's the truth.
No, forget that, man.
logical.
No.
You know you came from your ancestors.
No, come on, forget that rubbish.
That is the truth.
No, I want to know where we came from.
Everything else is speculation.
No. So you don't know.
Everything else is
You don't
speculation.
know.
Everything
You don't
else,
know.
Everything else is speculation. But logically,
Right.
we came from our ancestors. That's it.
Which means what?
It means that's where you came from.
Which means what? So was we walking on all fours?
Who? Me? No,
Was your
you
ancestors?
maybe.
Was your ancestors walking on all
Yeah,
fours?
you maybe.
Were your ancestors gorillas and monkeys?
You maybe. I don't know.
Were your ancestors gorillas and monkeys?
No.
Were they?
No.
Mine were.
From common ancestors that came from
Mine were.
There you go then.
Mine
Yes,
were. Mine were turned by the pen. They could read and write. I'm asking you a question. Were your ancestors gorillas?
No.
Monkeys?
No.
But you're trying to side with that theory. There you are.
No.
You say yes.
We came from. Well, it's better than coming from.
Why do you hold his dick?
You know, that
come from man.
Oh man.
I'm sure evolution theory as well. I'm sure.
Sorry, I told you I'm not a good Muslim, alright? Come
If
on.
we're going to Charles Darwin, I'm sure he doesn't even propose that human beings came from monkeys.
Yes, he does.
Came from a common ancestor that gave rise to
No,
primates.
we came from.
Prime ape, which is something completely different.
So you came from a monkey.
common
Hey,
ancestor.
so you came from a monkey.
They're a common ancestor.
Why are you playing to the white man's game, man? Why are you playing to the white man's game?
There's a Muslim imam.
You know what he say about you? He say you're a monkey and you're gonna go with that?
This is why I'm an atheist.
You're gonna go with monkeyism?
Right?
Is that what you're gonna believe?
This is why you find it hard to
You believe you come from a monkey? You believe you come from a monkey? He believes that. So all the blacks are from monkeys. You know that?
This man has no integrity, you know. He has no integrity at all.
When you get racism,
If
don't
you're
play.
a Muslim, you're supposed to have some kind of humility and humbleness. Yes,
No, you call them monkeys. Yeah, you do. You say that you're the superior race. That you, as a white person, if we go with your theory, you're the superior and he's the inferior.
No. You're a racist ideology.
You're doing that because it's wrong. You're saying everyone that isn't a believer is inferior.
No,
You're dividing.
That what?
Everyone that's a disbeliever goes to hell. Who isn't a disbeliever
I didn't
goes-
say that.
That's what the premise
Guess what?
of
I didn't say that.
If you go to Mali, they got black Muslims to destroy their own Muslim religion.
David, I make you give it a
They
rest,
burn names, they burn
man.
names.
David, give it a rest.
Sorry,
Just played out, washed.
He doesn't want to tell
This
you
man's
that
washed.
Muslims
Hey,
destroyed their
this
own
guy
nation.
goes, he comes from monkeys.
Hey, guess what?
When did I ever say that? When did I ever say that?
Guess what?
He's not related to nature.
I'm asking you, you school me in Jesus.
I said no.
We told you that.
But he believes he comes from monkeys, he believes he comes from
I never
monkeys.
said that.
You believe he comes from ancestors.
He didn't say that. He told you that 5 times. He didn't say that. And you keep saying he said that.
Yeah, my mom, my father, my grandmother, and great grandmother, and so forth. Of course I know. Of course I do. Do you not talk to your ancestors? Do you not talk to your ancestors? I'm asking you, do you not talk to your ancestors?
Fuck no.
You don't talk to your ancestors. You're not very money. You don't talk to your dad.
Yeah, I'm talking about my ancestors. They're your parents. They're your parents. They're alive.
Okay then.
I'm talking about.
And let me ask you a question.
I'm talking about ancestors that are
Let me
dead.
ask you a question. Did Muhammad speak to his ancestors?
Man,
That's my question to you.
Islam and Quran, it's now
No,
Quran.
we're going to Islam
We're going
now.
to your belief now.
You're an atheist. You're
I
behind
defended
the
my
atheist
belief.
table.
Defend your belief.
I defended it.
Did Muhammad speak to his ancestors?
I defended it.
Did Muhammad speak to his ancestors?
I defended it already, man.
Yes or no?
I'm asking you.
Yes or no?
Do you cover my monkey?
Did Muhammad speak to his ancestors?
What? Were you asking me about that?
Yes or no?
We passed that topic.
Do you not give prayers to your ancestors, Abraham, every single time you do prayers? When Muhammad went on his trip, onto his mirage, did he not speak to his ancestors? Did he not speak to Jesus? Did he not speak to Moses? So forth? Aren't these people dead? All right then. So when my brother here said he spoke to his ancestors, what's the big problem?
What's the problem?
Is Islam, is it in question right now?
Sorry?
Is Islam in question right now?
Everything
Yes, it is. We question everything.
I asked you
Speaker's
to
corner.
tell me and teach me about your belief.
I never told you I'm coming here to teach you about my beliefs.
But I asked you just
The
now.
problem is you don't know his belief, and I don't know why it makes people so
I
like.
don't know.
It makes people
Look,
antsy that you don't understand someone's belief.
No, you can't speak to me right now because I said I'm an infant. You're going to be my teacher in a little while. So let me just.
No, I've got to leave soon.
Well, it's nice meeting you. We're going to talk soon. But I heard you talk to your ancestors.
Yeah.
And I want to start talking to
I
them.
told
as
them
well.
before I came here today, actually.
What did you say about me? Did you say you're going to meet me?
You're the crazy one.
Yeah. Wait. Can I ask you a question? Can you ask your ancestors about the... David, come on, man. Can you ask your ancestors about the Euro millions? It's 149 million. Tell me the numbers. I want to win it.
They're not fortune tellers.
Man,
They're not
stop
fortune
playing
tellers.
games with me, man.
They're not fortune tellers.
149 on a Euro millions. I'll share it with you.
Ask Allah.
I'll share it with you.
Yeah, true. Ask Allah. Ask Allah and see if Allah will give you the answer.
You know Allah doesn't talk to me.
I don't.
No, listen.
Well, you talk to him though.
No, but listen.
You talk to
I'm
him.
asking you about the 149 million. I beg you, tell me.
Do you talk to Allah?
Can you ask your ancestors for the winning numbers?
I told you they're not fortune tellers.
Okay, forget that.
They're not fortune tellers.
Right. Can you ask them about what to do about the migrant crisis? Because Cameron and Theresa made those know.
Oh, you're a comedian then?
Am I? I don't know. Maybe you are. Hey, guess
I'm
what?
not a comedian.
So you do talk to your ancestors?
Yes, I told you.
Okay, what did they say about them?
They didn't mention that.
What did they say to you for you to
Actually,
do
I
this?
was joking. They never mentioned it.
Alright, what did they mention today? I want to know. What did they say to you?
Let me tell you.
Your ancestors are dead, yeah?
Yes.
Your ancestors are dead. You talk to your dead ancestors.
Well, they're not dead, they're alive within me.
What did they say to you?
I'm not going to tell you that. It's a private conversation.
Tell me something.
Why do you just have to ask?
I hear some people say they talk to Jesus. I say, what do you say? How do you speak Cockney? You speak like a guy who's got swag. Pakistani Zulu. What did he say? I want to know. So I'm asking you, brother. What did your ancestors say?
I gave you your answer, you know.
Huh?
I gave you your answer, you know.
What is private?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me? Not about the winning numbers for the lottery, not about the migrant crisis.
That doesn't help your cause saying that.
Forget that. Tell me, what should we do about ISIS?
What should we do about it?
Yeah, what should we do about ISIS?
Who's we?
Big problem. Ask your ancestors, man. ISIS
You're a comedian. I'm
killing
not
everybody,
having a proper conversation.
causing so much trouble on earth.
You see, this is
Can you
what
get
I
some
do.
solutions?
Proper conversation,
Listen,
bro.
This
the
is what
proper
they do.
conversation is
Hey, this is
you
why-
talk
this
to your
is what's
dead
happening in
ancestors.
Mali.
You know something we don't.
happening
So
in
I'm
Mali,
asking you.
right?
Give us some knowledge.
You've got Muslims.
I know.
David, I beg you, stop.
Their own.
Stop blocking me, David, man.
They're coming to an atheist table. This is an atheist table. And they're coming in and
Look, this man believes he comes from apes, so he comes from
And he
monkeys.
believes that if you're Muslim and you don't believe in his thing, you can destroy all their culture. That's what happens in Mali.
Ow! Someone hit me.
Evidence in
I
Mali.
see you on YouTube.
Hey, this is what happens in Mali.
Ali Dawah is a better person.
See, look, they're coming in.
Listen, look, if you carry
Go
on,
away, look, go away.
I'm just gonna, if you carry on, I'm gonna feel you up. If you carry on, I'm gonna feel you up.
You don't like us. Right, look, this is what happens.
No, it's already asked.
Wait, no, wait.
It's already asked. It's already asked.
Sarah, is that your real name? Sarah.
Why would you manhandle another man like that?
Some of my
That's
showing
a bit
love,
homosexual.
man.
That was a little bit homosexual. You shouldn't handle another man like that.
Sarah, is that your real name?
This table because they
Stop rapping, man.
This is why they don't. This is why they come here because they've got no. This is why they don't like us because the Quran is no good. The Quran has no credibility as a book. The Quran has no credibility.
Brother, where's your adab? Where's your adab,
The Quran has no credibility.
Come on, you're actually on his table.
That's
The
why.
man's talking like 50 Cent, man.
Yeah, that's why they're coming. That's why they don't have no respect for anybody else or anyone.
No, it's not that. It's just,
That's why they got no respect.
You
for
don't let me
anyone or
talk.
anything. That's why they come here because they don't believe in anything else.
To your master.
Right? That's why you come here because you don't believe in anything else. You don't believe in anything else. I don't believe in your Quran. I don't believe in your it's nonsense.
Yeah.
And that's why in Africa where Muslims